Yeah, what's going on, man? This is Sports Talk, brought to you by On Top of Your Game. Man, it's been a crazy week in sports. I just want to start off by talking about, my Lakers. Wednesday night, man, they got crushed by OKC. It was embarrassing, man. But they won two straight since then. But it's just that OKC is who we need to measure. You know what I'm saying? To get to the finals and to get over that team to get to the finals and out of the Western Conference Finals we got to go through that team in the West for the Western Conference Finals, and then we got to get beat them to get to the finals. So yeah, that was man, I was I was feeling bad after that one. I was feeling depressed. I ain't even got on here lately, but yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. So we're gonna dig deep in that game Wednesday. Lakers lose to the Thunder in a bad fashion, 121-92. And what's interesting is Lakers have beaten the Thunder before since acquiring Luka. They have beaten this team before, but just last year they beat them like one out of two or one out of three. I forgot what it was, but they have beaten this team. But this team is clicking on all cylinders once again. So I'm gonna go in the box score of that game, and we're gonna discuss that Lakers loss to the Thunder Wednesday night. Sorry I wasn't on here, man. I'm gonna try to get on here as much as I can, but yeah. And plus, I was like, man, after that loss, I ain't even feel like getting on for real. So that night for the Lakers, Hachimura, he had 13 points, 5 out of 11 field goals, 2 from 5 from three, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. You would like to see he had a pretty decent night shooting all right. You would like to see him with Hachimura more aggressive on the boards though, and then more assists. You know what I'm saying? And then Ayton had a rough game that night, of course. 6 points, 3 out of 5 field goals, but he only had 5 rebounds, man, and 1 assist. Smart only had 9 points, 1 out of 5 from shooting, 1 from 4 from shooting threes, and 1 rebound. So he had a bad shooting night. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Smart. And Luka had 19 points, 7 out of 20 field goals, 1 out of 7 from three. Luka was bad from three in that OKC game. He had 7 rebounds and 7 assists. And then you had Austin Reeves. He only had 13 points, 4 out of 12, 0 from 5 from three, 5 rebounds. So Lakers had a bad shooting night. They did get some production out of Dalton Connect from the bench. He surprisingly gave us some production in a long time on a bad night. So he had 16 points, 6 out of 7 field goal, 4 out of 5 from three. Dalton Connect was trying to put in some work this night. So we starting to see Dalton Connect wake up. And then Jake LaRavia, he only had 5 points off the bench, 1 of 6 from the field, 1 of 4 from three. And we haven't had a good game from him in a while. So, man, we need to get him back, man. He need to get back. And he only got 6 from Vanderbilt, 2 out of 4 from field, 1 from 2 from three, 9 rebounds. Vanderbilt was all right on the boards. And then they played Maxi Kleber, and he had 3 points, 1 out of 2 from the field, 1 out of 1 from three, 4 rebounds. You would like to see, as a bigger guy, you would like to see more rebounding out of him. So yeah, man, Lakers get it handed to him. On OKC, Hartenstein had 11 points, 5 out of 6 from the field, 8 rebounds. And then you got Holmgren. He had 11 points, 4 from 7 from the field, 1 out of 2 from 3, 5 rebounds from him. And then you had Wallace. He had only 6 points, 2 out of 6 from Wallace. Yeah, 2 out of 6 from the field. 0 from 3 from 3-pointers. So Wallace had a pretty rough night. And then you had Mitchell. He had 14 points, 6 out of 13 from the field, 1 out of 5 from 3, and he had 3 rebounds. And then Gilgeous-Alexander, he had 30 points. He gonna put in work. 10 out of 18 from the field, 2 from 7 from 3. Not a good 3-point shooting game for him, but he, he attacking and getting to the rim. He had 5 rebounds. And then you had some production from Joe off the bench from them. He had 21 points. He was a threat off the bench. He shot 5 out of 11 from the field, 4 out of 10 from 3. He had 2 rebounds and 5 assists. And then you had some other guys that had some production out of them from the bench as well, man. This was a bad game for the Lakers, man. Bad game for the Lakers. If you're trying to measure against this team, it just shows you how far ahead OKC is in front of everybody. But a question mark was, if LeBron get back, how much does he solve these problems going against OKC, against the Lakers, that matchup? How much does LeBron solve that matchup problem? Okay. Lakers were 40% from the field. OKC was 50% from the field. Lakers was 11 and 35 out of 35 from 3. OKC was 12 out of 39 from 3. Free throws, they beat us in free throws that night, so they got to the line more of us. We both was even on rebounds, 42 for us and 42 for the Lakers and 42 for OKC in rebounding. They had more assists than us, of course. Guys making shots, 19 Lakers, 28 OKC. They had way more steals, was getting in the passing lane. They disrupted us on defense. They had 14 steals to our 9 steals. And then they had 4 blocks. We had none. And Lakers had 20 turnovers. OKC had 11. So, yeah, you can see the defense of OKC. You cannot make mistakes against this team. They will make you pay. And then Lakers did go on to win 2 straight. Saturday night, they beat the Bucks. And then the in-season tournament game, they did beat the Pelicans. So we seen some nice things from them. And I wanted to say we got Theodore back, our one of our new guys back. He's playing a lineup after that knee. I can't pronounce his name. Theroy or something. Theroy. Yeah, I think he's gonna be a nice piece for us. He came back at the Bucks game. And another game, man, we had another big game. My Georgia Bulldogs played Texas. I want to dive in on some stats for that game. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. If you want to chime in, you can chime in, like, share, subscribe, and comment. You can join the live, and we could talk some sports if you want. You know what I'm saying? So Georgia beat Texas 35-10 Saturday. And yeah, that was a beatdown, man. I was so busy catching a Lakers game that I didn't get to watch it. But we are gonna dive in what happened. So my Georgia Bulldogs is 9-1 now, man, and Texas is 7-3. So Georgia is looking good, man. They got that one loss to Bama. They always can't beat Bama. If we could beat Bama, bro, if we can beat Bama, we'll be undefeated. But it's always Bama in our way. It just gets me. So Georgia led in first downs, 21-15. Georgia also led in third down efficiencies, 4 out of 11 to Texas 2 out of 12. Um, Texas was 2 out of 3 on the fourth down efficiency. Georgia was 1 out of 1. Total yards, Georgia had 357 yards to Texas 274 yards. Georgia had less passing yards than Texas. Texas threw the ball better, 251 yards and 229 yards for Georgia. So Georgia run the ball hard to get this win, as you can see, as they did have more yards than Texas. So they did have more rushing yards. So look at this, man. Georgia had 128 rushing yards. Texas had 23 rushing yards. So Georgia just ran them off the field. So that contributed to the 35-10 score. Yeah, Georgia's rolling. So, man, another heartbreak loss, man, I want to talk about is the Chiefs. They lost the division to the Broncos. Man, it was a good game, a defensive game, and then the Broncos at the end, towards the end of the game, Broncos found ways to make plays to separate themselves. At the beginning, it was just a field goal, kicking back and forth game. But then at the end, the Broncos found a way to win, and then the defense was too much for Patrick Mahomes they was rushing him left and right. He didn't have time to go to anybody. Kelsey had played a magnificent game, but it wasn't enough to get the win, man. We're gonna go over the Chiefs and Broncos stats. I feel bad about this game. Man. I feel bad about this loss. Broncos 22-19. I felt like we just needed to get this, and then the rest of the season, we got some winnable games, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Chiefs is not doing so good, man. Our season was just set back by injuries, man, and it just showing. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to play catch up. Now Pacheco, I thought he would play in this game, but he didn't return. Okay, first downs. Chiefs led in first downs, 19-16. Passing first downs, Chiefs led 13-11. Rushing first downs, Broncos led 5-3. Chiefs, 5-3. 5 Broncos, 3 Chiefs. Okay, and Chiefs had a lot of penalties in this game, man. The Broncos, they force you into penalties, especially the holding calls, because how much they are coming after Patrick Mahomes, and like the defense, these guys is coming at them, and so the defense don't know what to do. So not the defense, but the line, they just couldn't help but to hold, because the defense is so good of the Broncos, man. So penalties got us in trouble, and we got some penalties we could have cleaned up as well, like some careless penalties that we could have cleaned up. Yeah, man, that's how this thing go, and I'm trying to pull up these stats. Y'all like, share, subscribe, man. If y'all want to come on here and talk about Chiefs and Broncos tonight, man, come on here and talk about it. But I am disappointed in this loss, man. I don't know how much Pacheco would have made a difference. If y'all comment and think, let me know how much Pacheco would have made a difference if he was in this game. Y'all comment on that. Let me know that. I want to know y'all opinion on how much Pacheco would have made a difference for the Chiefs. Okay, let's go back. Total yards. Chiefs had 311 and Broncos had 342 total yards. And Broncos had 283 passing yards. Chiefs had 249 passing yards. Wow. We did beat them in the rushing game. Chiefs had 62 and Broncos had 59 rushing yards. So Chiefs did beat them in the run game, man. We just had a lot of penalties, man. It just came down to penalties, and Chiefs only had one turnover, man. That pick from Patrick Mahomes, and Denver had 0. So when the game this close, man, you can't let no you got it comes down to penalties and turnovers, man. You got to play a damn near perfect game when you got a defense like this coming at you, man. You cannot give them nothing because they're not going to it's going to be very hard for them to let you score. So you can't give up nothing because it's already hard for them letting you score. It's hard points back and forth. So you can't give up an interception. I felt like that interception that Patrick threw that was deflating, man. That was it. That was a bad interception, man. Yeah, man, that was my sports talk for the day and for the week. I just had to catch up from the since Wednesday we had a Lakers game, OKC we talked about, and yeah, I wanted to come in and talk about this Chiefs game in Georgia, man. So y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm about to be out of here, man. Peace.